Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today I just wanted to do like an old-fashioned haul video. I don't really have any particular reason why other than I've kind of been buying a lot of makeup lately and I wanted to share them with you. I hope you don't mind the haul. I know some people really don't like haul videos. I really don't do them very often on my channel, but sometimes it's fun to just sit down and like, it's like when you go to the store with your friend and then you come home and you sit down and like show each other what you got. Like, do you guys do that? And so I feel like it's kind of like that, and I just wanted to show you what I bought. So if you do enjoy hauls, I hope you'll stick around and enjoy, and let's go ahead and get into it. So Profusion has been on my list of brands that I want to try for probably like a year and a half now. I remember in 2018, the beginning of 2018, in my like brands I want to try this year, I said I wanted to try Profusion and then I never got around to it, but I feel like they've been gaining a little more traction lately. They're a brand that has just really intrigued me for a long time because they are very, very inexpensive. And so I purchased a few things from their website. I mean, we're talking like even cheaper than Wet n Wild, but they have a lot of what they specialize in is like kits and sets and big palettes and face palettes and eye palettes, and they do have some lip products too. One thing that I got from them is actually their brush vault. It came in this big box and it has 6 brushes and then 2 sponges, so I thought that was a pretty good deal for $20. But it has a powder brush which feels really nice, really big and fluffy and soft. All of these brushes feel really soft. The contour brush, which I actually just decluttered my Wet n Wild contour brush, so I'm excited to have another kind of like angled one. And this one actually feels even fluffier and nicer than the Wet n Wild one, just saying. Also, these brushes look so nice for what they are. They actually really remind me of the MOTD brushes, which is another brand of brushes that I have their set of eye brushes that they sent me. Those brushes are a little bit more expensive, so it's kind of nice. Like, these look very luxe. Also their foundation brush, which to me doesn't really look like a foundation brush. It's kind of like a flat top brush, but it's really small, almost something that I would be more inclined to use for blush or maybe bronzer. But I could try it for foundation too. It's just kind of, the bristles are kind of long for a foundation brush, and it's a little bit small for that, but I'm sure that I'll find a use for that one. And then the eye brushes that it came with were a crease brush, which seems really nice, like just a perfectly sized crease brush. A shader brush, which I actually used today for my eyeshadow, and then a angled, what they call their angled brow brush, but could also be a liner brush. So that's the brushes, and then it also came with those 2 sponges. They're both black. The face one feels really hard and really dense, so I haven't tried using it yet, I haven't wet it yet, so maybe it softens up quite a bit when it's wet. I have no way of knowing yet, but this is just a true haul. Like, I really haven't tried much of this stuff. And then the smaller sponge actually feels a little bit softer, so this one might actually be really nice for concealer. So there's those 2. I'm still working on using my beauty blender, which has been really hanging around for like over 6 months now. I've had that one since November and it's like really holding up. So I can kind of see the hype with that one and why people like it so much, because I mean, it is $20, but it also lasts a very long time. I don't know when I'll start breaking in these sponges, but I'll probably start testing them out soon. Just really curious. Okay, so I kind of made a mistake. I thought I was ordering a set of lip glosses, and it turns out it was actually a set of primarily matte liquid lipsticks. So a bunch of these little mini lip colors. This whole set of 6 products was, I think, $7. So basically like $1 per product, which is pretty good. They're all minis, which I really appreciate that they're minis because I like mini stuff. I feel like they're more manageable to actually be able to use up, especially when you have a decent sized collection. This is their Lippie squad, and they had 2 different varieties. This is the blushing nude one, and then the other one, I forgot what the other one was called, but they were both kind of on the nude side. These look like a bunch of like kind of rosy nude colors, which is kind of what I like. But I thought I was getting lip glosses, and I don't think I would have ordered this if I had known it was liquid lipsticks, but that's just because I guess I just didn't read. That would have been a good idea to actually read what I was getting, but I don't know why I thought they were glosses. So it comes with 2 very sparkly lip toppers in the shades Cloud 9 and Frolic. Very sparkly. I don't know if I'm gonna like these. Haven't tried them yet though. I did try on one of the liquid lipsticks yesterday in the shade Matte Imagine, and it definitely darkened up quite a bit on my lips as it dried down, which is kind of a pet peeve of mine when lip products do that, especially liquid lipsticks tend to do that. But anyway, I now have quite a few matte nude liquid lipsticks, and it's also kind of ironic because I also bought one of their lip duos, which comes with one of their matte liquid lipsticks and lip liner. I would not have ordered this many liquid lipsticks if I had known, but this is the shade, this is their secret lip duo. So plenty of nude lipsticks now. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these. I may give some of these to like friends or something because this is a lot. I didn't mean to buy that many. I don't have a lot of glosses, so that's why I got that set. I was like, ooh, I'll, you know, get a lot of nude lip glosses, and it's such an inexpensive set, and I didn't realize what I was actually getting. So that was my bad. But either way, now I have lots of lip products to add to my collection. So yeah, not my smartest purchase, but at least it wasn't very expensive. They were also, I will say, I ordered these things during their Memorial Day. They were having a Memorial Day sale where they were doing 20% off on their website. So everything was like actually even cheaper than it already was. The last thing I got from Profusion, this might be the thing that I'm most excited about. This is their Spectrum palette. And this palette was only $5, which is insane to me. $5 for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 shadows. That's kind of amazing to me. And I thought this would be great because it has a lot of colors in here that I don't already have. I really don't have any like rainbow palettes. Kind of reminds me a little of like the Urban Decay Electric palette. I was missing like a really hot pink eyeshadow. I didn't have any of like, I didn't have a light blue or a lime green or a seafoam green. A lot of these colors, and even the orange, were colors that I didn't already have in my collection. So I thought this would be a great, very low cost investment so that I now have a bunch of really colorful shadows. I haven't worn any of these on my eyes yet, but I did swatch a few yesterday and they seem really nice. Maybe not like the most out of this world pigmented shadows ever, but they seem really nice. They've been hyping this up a lot on their Instagram. I've been following them on their Instagram, and I just thought this would be a good thing to add to my collection. Has a lot of colors that I didn't already have, and very, very inexpensive. So I'm excited about those Profusion things. I wish I hadn't bought so many lip products, but again, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Either way, I'm really excited to try out the brand because I'm kind of excited. Well, I'm sad about Wet n Wild not being cruelty-free anymore, but I'm also excited to try and really delve into some more drugstore brands that I hadn't really tried a bunch before. I mean, I had never tried Profusion before, and I'm excited to discover more new products that are even honestly a little bit cheaper than Wet n Wild. That was everything I got from Profusion, and then I got a few things from Jordana as well. So Jordana is a brand that I've tried a few products from. I like their lip liners a lot. I like their, what else do I like from them? I guess I haven't tried that much from them. I'm trying to pan one of their jumbo eye pencils right now, but they discontinued those. But Jordana, you know, they're one of those brands that they usually have like an end cap at Walgreens, and they don't have the full range of products sold there by any means. Really, their website is the only place that you can find like all of their stuff. So I was browsing their website for quite a while actually, probably a couple months, and sort of putting together in my head like a wish list of things I wanted to try. And then after the Wet n Wild news came out, I felt like that was the perfect time to kind of go ahead and order the things that had been like sitting in my cart for a while. So one thing I had been really excited to try was this Sculpt and Go Creamy Contour Stick, and I got it in the shade Light, which is the lightest shade. I think it comes in 3 shades. Somebody recommended this to me, I think on Instagram, and this is actually like a really cool toned cream contour, which I feel like is very hard to come by at the drugstore. This was $4.99 on their website, so pretty similar price point to I think the Wet n Wild sticks like this, and I don't even know if Wet n Wild has such a cool toned contour. I'm really excited about this. I'm wearing it today actually. I've worn it only a couple times now, and I will say it can be a little hard to blend when you just draw it directly onto your skin, but I'm gonna have to keep experimenting with it. I'm also just new to cream contouring in general. I really have never owned a cream contour stick, so part of that could just be the learning curve, but I'm really excited about this. I don't think this is something that you could find at Walgreens, depending, I don't know, maybe some people have a bigger display at their Walgreens, but yeah, I really wish Jordana would come to like Ulta. How cool would that be? Because I feel like they do really well. But that might be the thing that I'm most excited about of the Jordana stuff. I also bought their, I just thought it would be fun to try, their Take Cover Full Coverage Concealer. I got it in the shade 02 Porcelain. I was nervous to order this online because I've kind of vowed to myself that I'm not gonna buy complexion products like foundations and concealers online because it can be really hard to figure out the shade. But I think I did a good job actually picking out the shade. This is the second lightest shade. The first shade looked really, really light, so I think I made a good choice. Yeah, I have worn this once. Doesn't seem to me to be a truly full coverage concealer, but it could just be a nice, like, solid concealer from the drugstore. I just wish brands would stop saying that their concealers are full coverage, because then they get, like, then I'm expecting full coverage. If they would just say, like, if they just would call it something else, like luminous concealer or any, like, whatever, medium cover, like, I would be more excited to try just a medium coverage concealer if that was what it was called and it wasn't hyped up to be like the most full coverage concealer ever. But anyway, I will say this doesn't come with a ton of product in it. It comes with 0.15 fluid ounces, and this was how much? This was $5 as well, so similar to the price of the Wet n Wild one. I mean, I have to keep testing this, but I feel like this will probably be pretty similar to the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer was also kind of just a middle of the road, average concealer. I feel like this will be similar. I got their Prime No Pores Pore Refining Face Primer. I just wanted to try it, honestly. This is $5.99 for 0.68 fluid ounces. That's kind of steep, Jordana. Like, who do you think you are? Not even a full ounce and you're charging $6. It smells like Elmer's glue. I've only worn it once. I never tried the Wet n Wild Coverall primer that everyone said smelled like Elmer's glue, but this smells very similar. I was expecting it to be more of a silicone type primer, but it's more of a white. It does, you know, once it's blended out, it does kind of have a smooth finish, but yeah, it's got a smell to it that I don't love. Not a great smell. But it says minimizes pores and reduces redness, hydrates skin with a non-greasy feel. I would agree with that. It has a sort of hydrating but non-greasy feel. Extends the wear of makeup and does not clog pores. So to be continued on that one. I still need to, as with all of this stuff, I still need to test it out. But I don't know. I don't like the smell. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now. I decided to try also their Quick Brow Micro Pencil because I really like micro brow pencils and I thought it would be worth a try. It's only $3.99 and I got the shade Natural Taupe, which I'm wearing it in my brows today. And this is not the taupe that I was expecting. I wore the shade Taupe in the Brow Wiz from Anastasia and the NYX Micro Brow. I usually go for whatever is taupe. This I would call more of like a soft brown. It is cool toned at least, but it's definitely a little bit dark for my brows. But I don't hate it. I think it works. So it's got a spoolie on the end, pretty standard. I mean, every brand is making one of these nowadays, and I kind of just wanted to try it, but I am pretty sure it won't be my like holy grail because the shade is just a little off, and I think it only comes in a few shades. And there was another shade called like Blonde or something, but it looked really warm, so that's why I went for Natural Taupe, but it's not a natural taupe. It's a brown. I did also get two of their Sweet Cream matte liquid lip colors. These have been out for a while, but I just had never really gotten around to trying them. But I figured they'd probably be a good alternative to the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. By the way, I did do a declutter video where I decluttered a few Wet n Wild things, but I do want to clarify, I am keeping probably more than half of the Wet n Wild products that I own. And I plan on using those things up and I'm not throwing anything from them away. But also since I have a channel, I'm really wanting to kind of find some good alternative products and explore some other brands that I maybe haven't talked about as much on my channel that could be really good alternatives. So I don't want you guys to think that I just threw away all my Wet n Wild stuff and then bought all this new stuff to replace it. Because I feel like there was a little bit of confusion on my declutter video. Like, why are you getting rid of all your stuff? Because, you know, it doesn't matter, like the damage is already done. I understand that. I just wanted to get rid of the things that were new enough to be donated. but I am keeping the majority of my Wet n Wild stuff. And you will probably see a lot of those products show up in my project pan as well. So anyway, just wanted to clarify, just in case there was any confusion there. But I got the shades Mango Sorbet and Buttercream Frosting. I got Mango Sorbet because I have been wanting to get an orange lipstick. And that's like one of the like bold colors that I don't already have. So this one smells like, what does this smell like? Kind of fruity, kind of like cherries. I hope it doesn't have mango in it because I happen to be allergic to mango. I doubt that there would be like actual real mango in this, but there's that one, very like almost neon red orange. And then Buttercream Frosting is like a really, really light nude. I have tried on both, and I only wore this one for like a few minutes and then I took it off because I was getting ready for bed and I just wanted to try it on. But I have worn the shade Buttercream Frosting. Definitely like a classic liquid lipstick formula, very kind of drying. It's not gonna look as nice on the lips as like the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip, which is my favorite formula, or like the Ofra liquid lipsticks. Those are a little bit more hydrating and comfortable. These are definitely more dry liquid lipsticks, but really excited to now have an orange lipstick. I'm sure that'll be really fun in the summertime. The last thing I got from Jordana was actually a nail polish. I've never tried their nail polish formula before, and you might recall at the beginning of 2019 I made a video about items I'm no longer buying in 2019, and one of those things was nail polish. I've stuck to that pretty well throughout the year, but recently my one red nail polish actually dried up, like completely dried up, completely unusable, and red is like the one nail color, like staple nail color that I really want to have in my collection at all times. And I think I've realized that ever since I threw away the one that dried out. I've been like, you know, I'm really missing like a classic red. So Jordana actually has a lot of colors of nail polish, and this still has like their old logo on it. All the new stuff has, all the other stuff has like a newer, more updated logo. So I guess they just haven't updated the packaging on these, but I got the shade. They had a few red options and I wasn't sure which one to pick, but I got the shade Fascinated with Red. And it's kind of a darker red, like almost like a cherry red, but I think it might go on a little bit brighter on the nails. So I'm excited to have a red nail polish again. Sorry I broke my promise about not buying any more nail polishes, but I think this is probably the only nail polish I'll buy this year, and it's really just because I was missing just like a classic red color, so glad to have one of those again. And I'm excited to try the formula too. Actually, I want to see what the brush looks like. Okay, so it's just a pretty classic, like narrow brush. Smells like nail polish, of course. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. All right, couple more things. So I am on a mission to find the best drugstore cruelty-free face SPF. And so I've bought a couple, and I have actually a few more on the way, because I'm planning on doing like a video like reviewing a bunch of different face SPFs and kind of letting you know which one is the best one. I'm like still in the very early stages of testing them out and, you know, trying a few new ones, but I bought this Andalou Naturals Men SPF 30 face guard. I picked this up when I was at the grocery outlet because, I mean, they have a lot of cruelty-free brands there, and they had a couple of different SPFs, and I decided to get this one because it had the most product in it, and the ingredients on this one actually looked almost identical to a different Andalou Naturals one that they had. So I thought this would be a good way to try one of their sunscreens, and so I've worn it a couple times now. It's okay. It's got a little bit of a white cast. You'll hear more of my thoughts on it in my SPF video. So I've only worn it a couple times so far, but I don't think this will be my favorite. I'll go ahead and tell you. But it was only $6 at the grocery outlet. I think full price it's like $15, which is still not bad because it comes with 3.1 fluid ounces, so pretty good value. And then yesterday I went to Ulta, and the main thing that I was there to buy was the Mineral Matte Tinted Face Lotion with SPF 30. A few of you guys recommended this one to me, and this might be the one that I'm most excited to try of all the ones that I'm trying. This one is reef friendly. This was only $8. I think normal price it's $10, but it was on sale, and it comes with 2 fluid ounces. So I'm actually wearing this today underneath all my makeup, and I have to say, I think I like it. Again, have to test it some more, but this, I'm predicting that this will be one of my favorites at least. I was kind of wary of this one because it's a matte tinted face lotion, and any kind of like matte tinted face sunscreen that I've tried in the past has been a little bit too drying on me, but this one actually seems not as matte and drying as I expected it to be, which is good because I don't really like super matte things on my skin. I want it to be a good moisturizer too. So far so good, but again, still testing it out. That was the main thing I went to Ulta for, but then I also knew I wanted to try the Pacifica a light clean foundation, so I bought this one. A lot of people seem to really like this. I feel like I've heard nothing but good things about this foundation. Really excited. I think it's the first foundation Pacifica has put out that actually has a pretty good shade range. I don't know exactly how many shades it comes in, but I think this was like the third shade from the lightest. This is the shade 38NF. I'm excited about this. I'm wearing it today. It has a really nice glass bottle and a pump, which a lot of people love, including myself. So very excited. We'll keep you posted. Let me know if you'd like to see like a foundation wear test and review dedicated to this foundation, or I could also just include it in a review roundup video, which might be what I end up doing. But if you want to see a video just about this foundation, let me know. I can do that. Yeah, this is the first time I've bought a new foundation in a while, so I'm excited. I love testing foundations. And then I also finally got my hands on the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I've been wanting to buy this for a long time, but I was waiting until I could go in store to check out the shades. Now, they did not have a lot of shades available at my Ulta. They might have had like 5 or 6 shades. I think they had one of the fair shades, one of the light shades, and then like one of the medium and one of the deep, and maybe one more. So I got the shade Light Peach, and this is like, it's hard to believe, but they actually have some shades labeled fair that are even lighter than this one. And that is surprising because this is very, very light. So good on them for having like they seem to have a really good shade range, and it definitely goes very, very deep too. So quite a nice spectrum of shades, but I do wish that Ulta would have had more of them because the pickings were slim, but I went with this one because it looked like it would work. So I'm wearing this also on my under eyes today. The coverage on this is no joke. I've heard that this is a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and it has a very big doe foot applicator, which I know a lot of people like. Definitely a very matte finish, which, you know, I really don't mind it. Like, what I really want with a concealer is good coverage, because I have pretty severe dark circles on my under eyes, and so I want a good coverage concealer. I don't want it to look crepey. What am I saying? Crepey? No. I don't want it to look cakey or crepey or crakey, but I do want some really good coverage. So I'm excited about this. I feel like I might end up really liking this, but I need to keep testing it out. One thing I've noticed about this, again, I've only worn it like twice, but one thing I've noticed is that it really doesn't crease very much at all. And I think that's because it's such a matte formula and a matte finish, whereas a lot of dewy concealers will like really crease into your fine lines because they're just very emollient. So yeah, I don't think I've ever tried anything quite like this before. I've never tried the Shape Tape, but I'm curious to compare this to the Too Faced Born This Way concealer that's supposed to be full coverage, because I do have that one, and I kind of want to see which one has more coverage. But I almost feel like this shade is just a hair too light for me, but I think it'll work. I think it's okay. I self-tanned today. I said that like 4 times in the video that I filmed before this too. I'm just like so proud of myself for actually taking the time to self-tan. But the foundation and the concealer look a little bit lighter than they normally would because I self-tanned. I self-tanned today, by the way. So anyway, very excited to finally have my hands on both of those. These have been on my wish list for the longest time, so I'm very excited. So anyway, that's my haul. Those are all the makeup products I've bought recently, and a couple of SPF products as well. Yeah, I am I don't know, I don't really regret buying all this stuff because I feel like it was all pretty justified, except for the set of the matte liquid lipsticks from Profusion that I really didn't want and I didn't realize what I was buying. But either way, also these shades look so similar to each other. It's fine. Yeah, I'm excited to have some more drugstore products to test out and let you know about. I think that is about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed just this like old school haul. Probably won't do another haul for a while, but if you enjoyed this, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.